Okay, I have a live icon now. I'm assuming I'm currently live on TikTok. Or I'm sorry, not TikTok, Facebook. Holy crap, dude. I'm not a fan of Facebook. I'm gonna say that right now. My metrics have not been good on here. And I have just given up. So, I'm grateful for the followers that I do have on here. I'm hoping that we're gonna see some growth. Um, I'm here today to talk about TikTok and cross-platform um, marketing or advertising or whatever. You just, it's not wise to put all your eggs in one basket. All right, so we're gonna have this conversation here today. So, the relationships that I developed through this transformation that I'm experiencing matter to me. And for me, what I am going off of on my platform, what matters to me is being genuine. Like, I understand how vast the world is out there. And after being involved with all this social movement with Anonymous and stuff, it's not going to change. I am a computer nerd. My socialization mainly takes place through the computer. These relationships are very enriching to me because I understand fully the fact that I'm interacting with other people. And I feel like sometimes I'm not the best at voicing myself as effectively as I can. But for the sake of time, I got to keep pumping stuff out. And what I'm glad about is that I have seen ROI and I at least know how to play one game. But we're going to move forward from this. It's time to advance. And I'm going through some changes today, and unfortunately, I'm stuck here working my butt off on the computer again, and I have a lot I need to think about. So I'm going to be on live potentially all day. I don't know. I used to have friends that I hung out with in video chat, and I'm just realizing that for me in my life, that's not productive anymore. That's not where I want to be. I don't want to be around these people. They're toxic. I don't like the negative attitudes. I don't like all the substance abuse these guys are engaging in, and the hateful stuff that comes out of these people. And so I'm migrating over to my own platform. And I don't think I've necessarily been completely conscious about exactly what I've been doing, because part of this has been anger fueled. So this is going to go down this way right now. What I don't like is that when I'm on cam with some of this stuff, I feel obligated. But I just don't operate that way. Like, I have this way that I operate that has developed from spending so much time camping in these video chat rooms. And I don't know what it is that I'm likely to experience here. Like, I'm learning these platforms. I'm learning what I can and cannot do. I'm learning what people are receptive to. I am finding that people really do like it a lot when I'm very genuine. Like, those posts are getting an extraordinary amount of likes. So, if I do not get my TikTok account back, then I have learned something. And it is that, oh, nice. Thank you, Jane. I will make sure to go ahead and do that. Yeah, this is just crazy. I'm working on going cross-platform right now. Like, I was really thinking about what happened last night. And TikTok's not very good at communicating with its customers. Like, I'm both a customer as well as a content creator, and for them, and there was funds on that account that they took when they shut that account down, which is not cool. Like, coming from a consumer protection standpoint. Thank you. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate it. But yeah, I'm going to start directing my TikTok traffic over to these other platforms. That's where the focus is. I'm looking at how some of this works, and like for some of these people that are making their full-time income off of TikTok, you know, this is a huge security risk, how TikTok has everything set up and how difficult they make it to deal with content moderation issues, because I think this is the first real violation that I've actually gotten where I've actually done something wrong and it was totally not intentional. So I've been streaming music videos in the chat box area on my live streams, and one of those music videos had inappropriate content and I was not aware of that, so I'm going to need to fix that and clean up my playlist exclusively for TikTok. I've been really strapped for time, so it's been hard to get to some of these things. And I have been kind of noticing that my playlist seems to be somewhat of an issue. But there was slightly graphic imagery. I wouldn't say it was completely graphic. It was like cartoon depictions, and it wasn't even like activity. It was just inappropriate, like shirts off stuff going on in these little cartoon characters on Rob Zombie's music video. So I didn't see the video. I didn't physically see it on my screen when it was taking place. But other than that, I've had a lot of people like reporting me just because they feel like it. Like the trolls, they're everywhere. You know, those people that have like 23 followers or whatever, or like 2 followers come through. You know, they see you running a live stream or whatever, and people just do this stuff willy-nilly so they can watch a person breathe in the consequences of their trolling. And it's just a really disgusting behavior that people want to engage in that. But I think that where I'm at with the ban on my account is just an accumulation of false reports, and then the one incident that did take place. And I have not been appealing when I receive a strike. So moving forward, I'm going to appeal any and all strikes that take place, because I know that my content has been within community guidelines to ensure that this doesn't happen again. I'm going to be rebuilding. So I have a new account that I set up this morning, I think, or last night, that's got the same username, but part of the community guidelines, I don't want mods, TikTok's mods, to see me making alt accounts when I'm trying to appeal to get my account turned back on. So I'm kind of just going to let that sit there for a little bit and not get too serious on rebuilding. I'm mainly working on the follower base on that one right now, and we'll see what happens. But if I need to divert traffic and bring my friends in on that, I'm going to wait at least a week to see how TikTok responds. I've been trying to reach out to them, and the contact information they have all over the web, they're just making it very difficult for creators to even communicate with their customer support, and I find that a bit surprising because there's a lot of revenue that's flowing through that platform, and I would consider making some negative statements right now. But at the same time, TikTok is like the only place I've seen on the web that actually defends like women's rights and some of the things that like people of color go through in the United States and all that. We have some really biased media platforms. I will say that I think that Facebook and YouTube are both some of those, and I don't know what it's going to take to combat that. Like, do we need to make anti-content to combat these people that are out here spreading hate speech, like that Andrew guy or whatever, you know, that just goes out and bashes on women? Like, how do we get it where this stuff is not on the top ranks on YouTube? And I think that with some of the lawsuits that have taken place with Google and how they're treating their female employees and stuff, the fact that YouTube has monopolized the content stuff in the United States is a huge problem. Like, I don't think that they should be allowed to have this sway over the public dialogue that they have by simply altering the environment in which we are interacting. But you don't want to have all your eggs in one basket, especially on TikTok, because of the fact that they will get rid of your stuff so easily, and there's nothing you can do about it. I'm doing research on this too right now, and I'm seeing some stuff about how, like, last year there was a crap ton of accounts that had, like, no strikes and stuff and whatever, just a bulk of accounts that wound up in a suspension, like, closed, locked down. It really is sad, though, because it takes so much work to get your following. It's a lot of work. And to have somebody just wipe it clean and not give you an opportunity to speak and hardly give you any explanation, if you get an explanation at all, for why, you know, all this year's worth of work is gone. I personally, at this time, do not have a separate hard drive for all my video content. I'm broke as hell right now. So I can't just back up all this stuff. But I have been dabbling cross-platform a little bit, and am seeing a little bit of a development in how this is playing out for me. Like, anytime I try to upload music that I've made to TikTok, because of the fact that I'm using royalty-free beats, because I'm a singer, I really don't want to spend the time learning all this production stuff right now. I get muted. They get muted. Like, I have permission, I have legal rights to be using the audio. Same thing happens on Facebook. I'm glad that YouTube's not doing it to me. And I think some of these issues need to get worked out. Because I've had, like, all kinds of stuff messed with for copyright violation that really should not be getting strikes. There was a gaming event a couple years ago. I was on here on Facebook Live streaming for a fundraiser for Children's Hospital. And it was a huge event that was taking place. I can't remember the name of it. And people were marathoning. And we were up until, like, we stayed up for very long periods of time. Like, people were at, like, 4 o'clock in the morning or whatever, just dumb as hell, giggling at each other because they're mentally incapacitated from running this marathon to raise funds for the Children's Miracle Network Hospital. And it really upset me greatly that Facebook would interrupt my stream and shut my stream down, like, mute it. It was over a copyright dispute that had nothing to do with the original creator of the audio. It was sounds of birds in the background on the video game that triggered an automated copyright claim that tampered with my live stream when I'm trying to raise money for the Children's Hospital. And I disputed that claim afterwards, and it took a few days for them to clear that, and I won that dispute. But these platforms doing this kind of stuff creates real damages. So I think that the best thing that we can do is try to protect ourselves from these damages, I guess. You know, look at this realistically with what's going on, and unfortunately for me, it's been, as I create content, I'm learning some of the ins and outs. Like, I cannot post my music on TikTok or on Facebook, but I can post it on YouTube. That's something I've had to learn the hard way from getting strikes. And because of that, though, I think that's a good thing to, like, bring to a person's attention, though, is that one platform is not going to behave the same as another platform. And as much as I wish that I could say that I could fully understand all of this, unfortunately, I've had to learn some lessons the hard way. And I should have taken what I was doing on TikTok just a tiny bit more seriously. This is unfortunate that this happened. I kind of knew I needed to clean my playlist up, but I've just been so strapped for time it didn't matter to me. So it happened. I will listen to music that other people like. I love music so much that, you know, if somebody else will sit there and like stumble chat or whatever and share music on the YouTube and stuff, and I just click it and add it to my playlist if I like it, because I want a lot of music, and that's what got me to this where I'm at right now. So, you know, I've got some good friends though on TikTok and stuff and around the internet, and some of you guys are trying to, you know, build a business online, or, you know, you're in the game. And I want this to serve as a reminder that you can lose everything in an instant, especially on TikTok. I have spent a year working on my following, making all this content. Hours and hours of my life that I will not get back was just taken from me over a mistake. And I wish that there was better ways to deal with that, and I wish that this world was a more fair place, but, you know, it is what it is. But just imagine losing everything that you've built up. How are you going to deal with that when and if it happens? And that is the question for today. That is the focus of this current live stream. So, first of all, we're going to talk about Linktree. Let's see here. I am on OBS right now. I've seen a good handful of people using Linktree. So what this website does is you can put all kinds of different links on there. So I've got all my socials. You can see right here I've got my Twitter on my Linktree, my shop, my Instagram, my YouTube, my Facebook. So on TikTok, you can just add a link. So if you've got like a GoFundMe or something going on, or, you know, something else, your shop, you know, you got like, what is it, sound, what's that website? Spotify. I need to see if I can get on Spotify. I need to read the terms of service on my music, because I could actually be possibly making money off of it. But you can just enter a URL. So, you know, for me, I haven't really been so inclined to encourage people to do certain activities. Like, I don't tell my followers to tap the screen. I don't tell my followers to share videos. I don't order people around because it's uncomfortable. But at this point, it makes more sense to me why I would need to do this. Like, if I go into your live stream, or I'm watching one of your videos, you know, be it on YouTube or Facebook or TikTok or whatever platform you're on, if you take a moment to tell me to hit the share button, subscribe, do these kinds of things. You know, sometimes I'm just not even thinking about it, and I'm watching some content that I really like. And when the creator chooses to do that, you know, it's not necessarily that you're telling people what to do. Like, you're just helping them. Because I have not been very good about making sure that people know that I actually am cross-platform. So they don't even know. But one of the things that I'm seeing about appealing to get your account turned back on is to have people that, you know, your followers contact TikTok and encourage TikTok to turn your account back on. So I have no way to talk to any of these people because my TikTok got shut off. But if I had done a better job at managing my cross-platform, this wouldn't be such an issue. So this is something that, in my opinion, that TikTokers need to do and focus on to grow and maintain your presence, because of the fact that TikTok is just a disorganized mess when it comes to how they manage their moderation. So moving forward, I'm looking at how I'm going to manage my stuff. And moving forward, I'm going to make like just this little short little video that says, you know, if you found this content useful, please be sure to repost or reshare, share this video. Don't forget to subscribe, you know, like this content so we can get more. And you're actually helping your followers, the people that genuinely care about you, the ones that are actually there because they care about you, help you. Help me help you. You know? And that's how I'm seeing it. Because I'm over here, I got this one girl on TikTok that I gave my phone number just because she asked for it. I don't care about who has my phone number. It's not something that I'm trying to protect. My phone number is public. You can go on my graphic design web page for my Facebook and get my phone number. I don't care who calls me. I don't answer the phone. But I do pay more attention to my phone. So I'll give out my phone number to whoever the hell I meet that I feel like would be a good idea for me to have more direct communication with. I don't care about my phone number, and I don't change my phone number either. I'll keep track of my people. There's people I haven't talked to for years. If they wanted to call, they could still hit me up. They could text me or whatever. So I'm glad that, like, I can talk to this person, you know. But yeah, she's right here to, like, showing support and stuff. Because I flew her a text. I'm like, yo, this just happened. So we have friends out there. That's what all of this is. Especially if you're one of those people that's building your platform like video blog and talking about your life and shit. Like, that's one thing. Like, if you're, like, just making some ridiculous memes or what, I don't know. But when you're personally involved with your followers, that is a way of, you know, these are your friends in a way. So that's the big thing that I want to put out there, is to remind people, like, how volatile TikTok is. And to get a link tree on your profile, I'm seeing a good amount of users do that. Let's get these in our descriptions on our TikToks, you know. And just remind people to check out your link tree so they can find you on whatever platform they want to follow you on. Just have it all in one place. And remember to appeal any illegitimate strikes that you get, because when those accumulate, you can get removed. And get yourself cross-platform. Remind people to visit your stuff. So then if something does happen, your friends can reach you. Other than that, though, I got some, where I'm at, advice aside, I got some videos left over on my phone and stuff. I'm going to try to salvage what I can. We had a school assignment. I downloaded a bunch of my TikTok videos to my phone for that assignment. So I'm going to gradually work on getting those over to my YouTube and find ways to start kind of like trying to back up some of my content in case this happens again. My new TikTok channel that I'm currently on, I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble for having it. Like, I know that Black Owl is doing a good job at, coming back from his losses, but I also don't think that he's reaching out to support in the way that I'm reaching out to support. So I'm trying to take it easy right now on TikTok with that. I don't want to say a lot. I made a video, and this is why I'm on Facebook Live. I made a video trying to explain the situation and offer my feedback to the community. Like, here's what you can do to try and take care of your account. Because I know that there's a lot of people that I've been kicked off of live way too much when I shouldn't have been, like, talking about things in a healthy and appropriate way, watching my language and everything, and I just know that there's people that have come into my lives just to troll and start filing false reports on my account. So I do want to put this out there for the community. But you can and cannot do what you can and cannot do, and I had the same issue a few days ago trying to upload some political content. So it keeps giving me an upload error. And what I see on Google, it says that it's like the TikTok servers is causing that. But I'm not sure that I believe that. I think that it's like pre-screening my content and not letting me upload. And so then I'm also realizing what the different levels of censorship are on these different platforms, and where I can and cannot say this and can and cannot say that. And I have to make some decisions about how I'm going to manage my platform. And I think that there's an extent to which I have, like, kind of not been so focused on the professionality side of things, trying to figure out how all this works and what's gonna work and all of that, and just started going ham. And then I kind of lost my ability to give a fuck. But I should probably regain some of that focus and start thinking about possibly how it is that I actually want to be presenting myself, which, you know, I'm kind of just not even sure right now. I think that the political situation that I'm in, I'm a very political person. And I was trying to keep that off of my TikTok, and then I came out and made statements. And I'm an activist from Anonymous, and I'm used to being in the shadows and nobody knows who I am. There's certain things about the way that I operate. I prefer to protect myself and my anonymity, my autonomy. You know, I don't want people looking at me on the street. I don't want to be watching my back or whatever. And I just gave up on that with the severity of what I've been dealing with this year. And decided I was going to take on that personal risk and speak publicly. And handle it that way. Because, first of all, there's more credibility when people can see your face. And I do feel there's a need for me to want that in this particular situation. Because they've taken a lot of the tools that we need to collectively organize effectively away. And there's just some really weird stuff going on in some of these activism groups that, for me, being in the middle of an FBI raid in the past, like, having seen what that looks like on the internet, kind of looks to me like that some of these people are like federal agents that have dismantled these organizational groups that started as grassroots campaigns. And I'm just sick of seeing the stuff that these people are doing to everybody, and I feel a need to speak out. And I think it doesn't help, like, some of the stuff that's going on in the indigenous community and everybody else being so open about these issues and so willing to talk about them. I feel more inclined to take on that risk because of the fact that I know that I can be quite effective at organizing. So, I've got my side account. I thought about, like, trying to create a log of, like, people that I interact with on TikTok, because I've been getting so many followers that I can't keep track of people, and have been having difficulty, like, locating the people that really truly matter to me because of the influx of traffic. But, like, I started a Word document, and that was just kind of a pain in the ass. And then I started setting up a side account just in case something were to happen. And that side account is not named Waffles McGraw, and it will go back on private once this whole ordeal has concluded itself. Because I need to make sure that I'm, like, first of all, standing by my people. We're all here grinding this out together. And that I still have my friends around. But yeah, I mean, if you're friends with somebody or whatever, and something like this happens and you didn't tell them how to reach you on the side, then that is a failure, and that's why this cross-platform stuff is so important. But I am noticing that like with Facebook, my posts are different than my YouTube, which is different than my TikTok. And it's just naturally progressing that way, and it's because of the censorship systems that are in place. I can use this for this, I can use this for that. And sometimes I need to voice myself or express something. And one platform is going to be better than the other. Like, I have a 14-minute video that I uploaded my final report for my class on, like, last week or something. And it went on to Facebook, because I couldn't put it on TikTok. It's too long. And yeah, I want all my TikTok followers to hear this kind of stuff. You know, I want to add value. I want people to learn from me. I want to help this world become a better place. But unfortunately, if one platform's not going to allow you to do something, that's just the way it is. So then work with it. And that's where I'm at right now with all of this. So I've already been kind of like having these thoughts. And I think that when bad things happen, you know, sometimes all you can really do is learn from them. But it motivates me to get real serious about getting cross-platform. And there's people out there that have been on the grind that I care about, that, you know, I wish that TikTok was letting me upload my video. Like, I would like it if my friends could come and see what I'm trying to relay here, like hear what I'm saying. But I guess at the end of the day too, who is really your friends You find that out by how people treat you. So, if I'm not failing to communicate that I'm over here and I'm over there and I'm doing this and I'm doing that, and like the people in my circle choose not to be a part of my life, like, like who actually cares? Who's actually supporting you at the end of the day, and in what way? Like, are they actually supporting you as a friend, or that's what it comes down to. So then, as much as I would like this message that I'm relaying right now, trying to help protect others and make it easier to understand, like, hey, this is important, here's how to be comfortable with doing it, and you'd be doing this to protect your security of your platform. For those that don't hear this message, then I guess it wasn't, that important to them. But this video will be up, because I know that I'm still working on building everything, and I feel like I just learned a lesson. So then, when I start directing traffic over here, you guys are more likely to see it. And I do like that, though, because it's like, in a way, I'm being censored by TikTok, and I'm really pissed off about it. But at the same time, I'm also realizing that I still have the power to speak and express the things that I feel need to be expressed and spoken and heard. The only thing is that I need to get more effective at it, because I haven't really, I haven't gave a damn about Facebook for a long time. Facebook's like the plague to me. It's like fake friends central. But I think a good chunk of it is because of what happened with Sabu, and then the feds coming in and them not wanting us to do that anymore. They really put a lot of barriers up to free communication on Facebook. But the only thing is, like, I am in college for business right now. And Facebook is one of the world's largest social media platforms. Let's go on Google. Let's take a look at some statistics. TikTok is like up and coming. If you can get rolling on Facebook, it's definitely seeing good metrics on Facebook would be a good reflection of how you're actually performing in reaching out to a consumer base. So we're going to go on Google, and we're going to type in population of social media users per platform globally. Because this was in my textbook. I don't know if I believe those statistics, because I've been hearing that, like, I thought that Facebook had like billions of users or something, or close to a billion. Yeah, so this says 3,030 numbers of active users in millions. So Facebook is the largest social networking site with over 3 billion people using it monthly, according to Statistica. This means roughly 37% of the world's population are Facebook users. We're going to go ahead and visit this website real quick. I hate Instagram. I cannot function on Instagram. It's like this. I need to learn how to watch my language. I spent 10 years working in construction. Alright, so I'm going to give you your rankings for the population base. This is your potential for revenues on these different social media platforms. Based on how many users there are, that means that you're more likely, if you're trying to make money on the internet, to make that money because there's people there on these various platforms. So Facebook is the number one leading platform for social media networks worldwide as of October 2023 with 3 billion, I guess. YouTube is your second most populated social network at 2,491,000,000. WhatsApp. Now, I don't understand WhatsApp. I don't really see it as social media. I guess I could probably add one to my Linktree because it's just like a text messaging app. That's actually not a bad idea at all, because I would really like it if people could text me. I can't read a damn... I get so many messages on TikTok, and it's not going to stop. I know how I'm building my platform. I know exactly what I'm doing. So, I'm going to go ahead and add a WhatsApp so people can text me. That'd be cool. Y'all can text me on my phone. That'll be in my Linktree after I get it done. Instagram is, it looks like dual ranking with WhatsApp. I hate Instagram. WeChat, and then TikTok. And then you have all these other ones, Telegram, and then Snapchat. We're going straight down the line here. Douyin. What is this? Douyin. Douyin. D-O-U. D-O-U-Y-I-N. Douyin. Oh, that's like, it's like first thing that's coming up when I type that in is TikTok. So Douyin is TikTok. Interesting. I need to learn how to speak Japanese or Chinese and go ahead and make myself a Douyin account and get educated on the other side here. All right. We're gonna close this. Okay, so that's Douyin. If you want to have two separate TikToks that you work on, there's that. If it'll let you. Telegram, Snapchat, Douyin, Twitter, Sina Weibo. What is that? Weibo, previously Sino Weibo, is a Chinese microblogging website. We probably don't want to use that. I've heard some bad things. QQ? Bro. What's even going to happen? We're looking at these social media platforms by population. Tencent QQ, also known as QQ, is an instant messaging software service and web portal developed by the Chinese technology company Tencent. QQ offers services that provide online social games, music, shopping, microblogging, movies, and group voice chat software. So it's kind of like Facebook in a way. It's all in Chinese. Pinterest. So if you want to be marketing yourself on social media, these are the platforms that you need to be using. And if you look at that chart, you can see that Facebook is productive. So what else I've noticed is I have my YouTube linked to my TikTok, and it creates a little icon for people to click on to get to my YouTube. So with that, I then have 2 links because it's been my shop. I've been monitoring to see what happens with me having my shop link in my bio on my YouTube. I have been generating some traffic, however, I'm not generating enough traffic to be profitable. And for me, as far as my metrics goes on TikTok, I expect that I need 30,000 to become profitable. So I'm experiencing this lapse in activity at 7,000. And to be honest, as pissed off as I am, and I hope I get my account back, that'd be great. It's not something in the grand scheme of things for me to become emotional about. For that reason. If something bad's going to happen, it's better for it to happen now rather than later. And other than that, it's giving me a chance to reflect on how it is that I communicate and what matters to me and why I'm even doing this in the first place. And if I get my account back, that'll be great. You know, I'll be feeling good about that. And with that, we'll have had this chance to take a moment to stop and reflect and ask myself, what is this? Why am I even doing this in the first place? Because I think that kind of forgot where I started. And that's not a bad thing. I got deeply involved in the community and had an experience in this time period. And I've obviously made some friends because I've got people already finding me. So that really enriches my heart that I matter in some way, that somebody would even seek me out, you know. I don't forget you guys, man. Like, for the people that matter to me, that choose to actually be a part of my life and not just an observer of what I'm doing online. And I'm going to say that because there have been a lot of people that have come into my life to take advantage of, like, just, you know, you want to be my friend on Facebook after you've done me dirty? You want to come back in like a year or 2 or 3? Haven't changed your behavior. And I'm speaking about multiple people. There's a lot of people who have done this. Haven't changed your behavior. You want to watch what I'm doing on my personal Facebook profile. But as far as like when I'm struggling, going through hardship, like if you know, there's been a few times this year I've gotten on camera, I'm just bawling my fucking eyes out, whatever it happens. I'm used to being alone. I can deal with it. For me so far, like, that has been part of me getting that energy out because I know nobody cares with where I'm at right now. It's not going to stay that way. I know what I'm doing. I know where I'm going. I know that my people are out there. I will find them. And I will stick by them ruthlessly. But when it, like if I got a little bit of an attitude about people just watching me online, when it comes to people that I've known in real life that have been directly involved in the things that have taken place in my life and don't even take a moment to just send me a message and be like, are you okay? Or offer some motivation or just to show their support and say, hey, I'm here if you need me. For those people, don't get caught up in the idea that we're even friends. And right now, Like, I'm watching some of you guys. I just did a purge on my Facebook friends list, and I'm at like 93 now. I ain't keeping you around. If you want something to get off of me, and you ain't providing nothing back, and I came into your life and I had a positive influence on you, and then you did me dirty, and you still want to try to be friends or whatever in whatever way, like, I know who my friends are. I'm alright with these, what you call it, platonic relationships with some of the people that, like, you know, I've done activism with, or like gone to concerts with, like when I was in my music career. You know, if we never had like a real deep friendship to begin with or whatever, but some of you people that I'm just gonna stop, man. I'm gonna stop with this one. I'm just gonna stop right there because I don't even know what to say. I'm not having that around me, though. You know, like ex-boyfriends and stuff trying to come around. I'm not just talking about exes. I'm just talking about people that have been part of my life that if we fall out and you want to try to come back around, you better have changed as a person. You better have grown as a person, and you better say something about it, because I don't avoid those conversations. And if you think that you're just going to come around and I'm going to be not having had changed, change is my constant. I can't live that way. I don't understand why so many people want to be stuck. I talk about it all the time, but it's not for me. And I don't like ugly behavior. And I don't like people who hurt others. I don't like people who are incredibly selfish to the point where they cause harm on others. You know, part of my Buddhist teachings is that the time to speak up, the time to act, you don't interfere with somebody else's being on this planet. You don't prevent another from doing whatever it is they're going to do, unless they're causing harm upon others. That is when you act. And so for the people that want to cause harm upon me, that, like in general, or your character, if I see that you're one of those people that finds suffering to be funny or entertaining, you're gone. I cut people out very quickly. I'm a INTJ. My personality type is INTJ. That is my Myers-Briggs. Connect streaming software to go live. Alright, that was a network interruption. No, my Myers-Briggs is INTJ, so females are like 3% of the population or something. I need a shower. I'm waking up. I got shit going on in my brain. So, INTJ. Female. Population. 0.5% of the population, INTJ women, might be the rarest of any gender type combination. So if you want to know what you're dealing with when it comes to dealing with me, man, there's a clear-cut explanation that people we don't like simply get removed. And I'm focused on logical processes. I think there's a lot of people that have had that experience. That's the only reason why I'm saying that right now. I'll be right back though, because I got to pee. I'm glad. I feel like I'm getting somewhere with this live stream, though. Like, there's stuff that I felt needed to be said, and I'm getting it out of my system. And I'm hoping that this video will be productive after it's published. I'm not necessarily trying to lift up people that have done me dirty. So there's kind of like a limitation to how much I feel I'm willing to reveal about the things that I do that actually work. I'm hot on that ban button though. So, for like example, for like exes and shit that want to come creeping around, or like friends that have drank too much that I don't want to deal with no more and stuff like that. My ban list is looking real pretty over here on Facebook for sure. So, I don't know. I don't think that I'm likely going to be the one to come out here and provide a bunch of information on marketing strategy. But right now, I'm going to say this. And it's just because I do like transparency, and I do like being genuine, and I do like genuinely like being there, being supportive, and being in a motherfucker's corner and trying to help people out and shit. So, right now, in this moment, as I experience this thing, I share the teaching of what I have learned in order to assist those who need this information and try to help my friends out. But no, I do think that the social media, getting cross-platform matters. And it doesn't mean you don't want all your content to be the same, because if you're just taking your TikTok videos and you're just posting them on YouTube all the time, I would say that's not necessarily productive. And I've been kind of like staying away from making an effort on cross-platform because of that, because I feel like that's what I would be doing. But I'm realizing that I am already operating cross-platform. There's just not a lot going on. I could just film more frequently, which, as somebody who's been camping video chat for several years now, that is not a problem. I can film my life and take people along with me, and it's no fucking problem. You know, it's just as simple as making sure that at the end of the day, I want you to think about it this way, just making sure that your friends know how to reach you in case something happens. And I think having that perspective on it can really help with being more comfortable in saying, go to this page, go to that page. And I think that Linktree is definitely a really good tool for taking traffic off of TikTok and getting it on these other platforms. Make sure that your YouTube is linked to your TikTok account if you're trying to grow on TikTok. Or, I'm sorry, YouTube. Jesus Christ, I've been on TikTok way too much. I think that personal blogging, because I'm noticing too, like looking at the kind of content I have been creating, what's getting views. Sometimes I've just been going on an event and surprisingly people like that. It's a good coping mechanism for me to feel like I have someone I can talk to even if there's nobody there. And get this stuff out of my system because I'm really freaking smart. And so I struggle in dealing with other people. And I don't really care too much in trying to establish a lot of, have friends because of that. Because I already know that I'm going to get treated like a freaking alien. So Facebook may be a really good place for me to do personal blogging. But I'm trying to think about what kind of content I do make and what kind of content would be productive where. And I'm hoping that I don't make anybody uncomfortable or drive them away with some of the stuff that's likely... I really don't know how much effort I want to put in on all this. Because being able to just make videos and put them online has been really useful for me. But I think I need to get better at my categorization. And using different platforms appropriately. So I'm debating, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. I'm debating using Facebook as like my personal blog. Seems like a good place to get more intimate with people. But at the same time, TikTok Live is where revenue is generated. So I would need to be sitting there for a prolonged period of time. And that's a really good opportunity to talk about what's going on in my life. But I kind of do want my presence on TikTok to be a little bit more professional. However, when it comes to live streaming, I don't want it to be so professional. That is my choice. I'm not trying to orchestrate my lives. I don't want to do that. I do have a plan. I'm going to do 7 days of chasing the sunrise once things in my personal life start to clear up a little bit. And that'll be fun. But ultimately, I feel like some of the chaos in my live streams is also kind of fun. And I would rather connect on TikTok for conversation and stuff. So I'm debating whether or not I should be using Facebook for personal blogging. I'm not sure on that one yet. I'm kind of adverse. Definitely, yeah, when I think about using, like when it comes to my personal blogging, like thinking about putting that stuff on YouTube is really unattractive to me. But I'm finding that there's a receptive audience out there for that. And I like that, actually. I really like that. Because that's what I want, is to connect with people and reach out to people. And have personal conversations and in-depth conversations, and especially publicly address some of the stuff that we all need to be aware of in general. Like, life is very challenging. And when you have support, it is a very good thing. I'm trying to work on not being so private about my life and the things that I've been through. And open myself up to let these people come into my life and let this thing happen. I was pretty mad last year when I decided that I was going to be a TikToker. Because I'm being forced into a survival situation by being marginalized as a woman in the trades. You know, I had my thing that I was doing for a living, and it's not an option anymore. But there's 10 years of my life that's been spent on something that turned out not to be fruitful. And at the end of the day, like, I got all these lawsuits and stuff, and it's probably not as bad as it feels right now. But all of this for me comes with a major air of caution about what I need to be doing with myself. In paying attention to that external world and the bad things that happen out there. It doesn't matter whether or not you like the bad things. If they're happening, you have to be aware of it. We'll see how this goes, though. That was definitely the straw that broke the camel's back, having my TikTok banned. I am now going to be attaching a little reminder at the end of every video to repost, like, and subscribe. And it's as simple as that, because once that video is made and I just keep it on my phone or whatever device I use to record and make videos, do video editing, all I gotta do is drag and drop. And it's there. So that 5 minutes of discomfort that I had to go through to make that little part, you know, just keep doing it and attaching it to the videos to remind everybody where I'm at. And then if these kinds of things happen again in the future, I have a higher level of security and protecting myself from losing my base. Because there's some people that I really care about that I want to draw their attention to this, because last year there was a bunch of people lost their accounts for no reason. Other than a computer error on TikTok's behalf. We're all working very hard to do what we do over there. There's a lot of work and investment. And if something stupid like that happens, it's devastating. So at this point, I feel like I'm screaming into the void, though. So I'm going to go ahead and move on. One more thing, though. I guess I'm going to talk some more of this other account that I've made. Waffles. Right here you see the number 1. That's my new, see my lack of followers on my one video. I need a new phone face cover. That's where I'm at right now, but okay, it's there. But the problem is I am appealing to TikTok to try and get my account back. Okay? I come from anonymous, alright? If you've seen my setup, you know that I'm tech savvy. I don't like computers defeating me. And I figure out how things work. So, with that being said, based on what I'm seeing, I could have a problem right now in trying to get my account fixed, the one that was suspended, and wind up on an IP ban. So, we're going to wait for a while before I get serious about starting over there and continuing with what I was doing. In this time period, I'm going to be fixing my following, but I'm not likely to be reaching out to my assets, the people that matter to me, because there's a chance I could lose that account as well. And it's because of the fact that I'm contacting TikTok to try and get it turned back on. So I'm planning on just laying low and sorting my shit out, because when I look at this situation, there's a lot that I need to do. I need to restructure my platform. I need to get this link tree on everything. Probably make some little videos announcing that I'm cross-platform and blah blah blah. Go find me and shit. I need to upload all of my retroactive videos that I still have from TikTok over to my YouTube and get those categorized. And start creating a strategic plan. Because I will not allow something like this to allow me to be defeated. I am going somewhere, and I will get there. And I will not stop. Especially now that I know that there are people out there that give a damn and do want to hear what I have to say. And because I know what kind of person that I am, I protect others. I protect the animals. I am connected with this earth. I operate in my life with integrity. And there is a lot of very ugly behavior and people who do not act with integrity out there. I've met plenty of them. And I've seen a lot of people that are suffering because those people are out there. And there is a force of evil on this planet. That is clear. And so I am unwilling to have my power taken away from me and be silenced. Because I'm not out here using a bunch of substances. I'm not out here treating people ugly and ripping other people down. I'm not harming others. And I'm one of the people that's trying to help make things better. And I did nothing but educate myself every day. And I can't relate to others because of it. So I know that there is something that I have to do. I may not fully understand it. But I'm not getting off of my path just because a rock was put there. I'll climb over the fucking rock. I think that's all that I felt that I needed to say today. I need to take a shower, and I don't know why I'm always getting... I ruminate and I get on camera when I'm having heavy rumination. When I'm thinking real hard. And that happens when I'm driving. It happens when I'm going to bed. And it happens apparently when I'm waking up as well. Because I notice I keep camming up and I look like I done come out of the lint fuzzy part of the freaking dryer, that the lint net or whatever, just all frazzled to hell, sitting here on camera looking like hot hell, giving a speech on a regular basis. I'm noticing this is happening. I'm observing my own behavior, and I'm learning the hard way just by watching myself. But I also find it humbling, and I accept it. I think it's kind of fun. There's some crazy looking ass motherfucker on camera saying some crazy ass shit. Alright then. If that's who I am, then that's who I am, and I will be that way. I really... there's this little part of me that feels like I need to be all professional and shit, and then the other part of me that's like, ain't nobody got time for that. By the time I get to that point, everything that was all up in my head that I felt I needed to do, I'm in a different state of mind by then. So we'll just continue on the crazy train. It's how I live. And I'll be adding... I probably don't need it so much here on Facebook. I'll see if there's a way I can get that link tree added onto my Facebook. It is in the bio on my new TikTok right now. That TikTok may wind up not surviving. I have a third backup account. That one is not going to be revealed. It goes by a different name. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. If you give a shit about waffles, pay attention. That's about it. So I hope that this was useful. If you needed it. I'm going to get out of here. Remember to like my page. Give it a follow. Check me out on TikTok. Check me out on YouTube. There's links in my page about me, I think, on here. Share this video. Whatever you feel you need to do. Stay in touch. Be positive. Be a good friend. Don't piss off Waffles by acting like a piece of shit. I ain't going nowhere. See you guys around.